Hello, welcome to ECBSC online classes. In this video, we would be covering polynomials for class 10th. The topic is problems on relation between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomials. It is part E1 video in the series on polynomials. Let's quickly recall the relation between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomials. We know that f of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic polynomial. Highest exponent of variable x in the equation is 2. It means the degree of polynomial is 2. Hence, we can say that quadratic polynomial can have at most two zeros, right? And in the previous video, we have learned that sum of zeros of quadratic polynomial can be written as negative of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. And product of zeros can be written as constant divided by coefficient of x square, right? So for f of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c, sum of zeros becomes minus b by a and product of zeros become c by a. Please take a note of that. Let's now take a look at an application problem. Find zeros of f of x equal to x square minus 4x plus 3. Let's obtain the factors of f of x using a method called split the middle term method. To do that, let's understand first the method of splitting the middle term to factorize a quadratic polynomial. Let us assume that x plus p and x plus q are two factors of a quadratic polynomial, that is f of x. Then we can write f of x as f of x equal to x plus p times x plus q. When you multiply these two terms and simplify it, you can write it as x square plus p plus q times x plus pq, right? From this expression, when you observe, you can say that if x plus p and x plus q are the factors of f of x, then coefficient of x is equal to p plus q and constant is equal to pq, right? This is what you learned from by looking at the expression. So if I write the converse of this particular statement, factors of x square plus bx plus c can be obtained by finding two numbers p and q such that p plus q is equal to b and pq is equal to c. You agree with that, right? So this is what is called method of splitting the middle term. It says that find numbers p and q such that p plus q is equal to coefficient of x and pq is equal to constant of quadratic polynomial. Let's take a note of that and go back to the problem, that is f of x equal to x square minus 4x plus 3. The constant of this particular expression is 3. That can be written as 1 times 3 or minus 1 times minus 3, right? When you take 1 times 3 or 1 and 3 as the numbers, their sum is equal to 4. It is not matching our requirement. Our requirement is sum has to be minus 4, right? So let's take sum of the next two numbers, that is minus 1 plus minus 3, that is equal to minus 4. This is exactly matching our requirement, right? So now we can say that p equal to minus 3 and q equal to minus 1. So that f of x can be written as x square minus 3x minus 1x plus 3. Right? If you take x as a common factor out of these two terms, the first two terms, you can write it as x times x minus 3. And when you take minus 1 as the common factor from last two terms, you can write it as minus 1 times x minus 3. From this expression, you can take x minus 3 as a common factor to write it as x minus 3 times x minus 1. So f of x becomes x minus 3 times x minus 1, right? If I say that beta is the 0 of f of x equal to f of x, then it becomes f of beta equal to 0, right? So f of beta can be written as beta minus 3 times beta minus 1, that is equal to 0. This equation holds true when beta equal to 3 and beta equal to 1, right? It means that 1 and 3 are the zeros of f of x equal to x square minus 4x plus 3. This is what we are asked to find. Let's take a look at another application problem. Find zeros of f of x equal to x square minus 2x minus 8 and verify the relation between zeros and coefficients. Let's factorize f of x equal to x square minus 2x minus 8 using the method called method of splitting the middle term. As per that, we have to find two numbers, those are p and q, such that p plus q becomes coefficient of x and pq becomes constant of the quadratic polynomial. In our case, minus 8 is the constant. So minus 8 can be written as 1 into minus 8. Their sum is equal to minus 7. It is not equal to minus 2. So this is not fitting our requirement. So minus 8 can be written as minus 1 times 8. Their sum is also not equal to minus 2. Minus 8 can be written as minus 2 times 4. Their sum is becoming 2, whereas we expect it to be minus 2. So this is also not fitting our requirement. So minus 8 now can be written as 2 times minus 4. And their sum is equal to minus 2. It is matching exactly our requirement. So now we say that p is equal to 2 and q is equal to minus 4. So that f of x can be written as x square plus 2x minus 4x plus 2 times minus 4. And this can be further simplified and rearranged such that it can be written as x plus 2 times x minus 4. Now let me write f of x, that is equal to x plus 2 times x minus 4. If I say that beta is a 0 of f of x, then I can write it as f of beta equal to 0. That is equal to beta plus 2 times beta minus 4 is equal to 0. This particular equation holds true when beta equal to minus 2 and beta equal to 4, right? So now we can say that minus 2 and 4 are the zeros of f of x equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. Let's take a note of that. And let's take sum of these two numbers. Minus 2 plus 4 is equal to 2. So we say that sum of zeros is 2 and product of zeros is minus 8. Now let's recall the relations we have given in the beginning of this particular video. That says that sum of zeros of quadratic polynomial is equal to negative of quotient of x divided by quotient of x square, and product of zeros equal to constant divided by quotient of x square. For f of x square quotient of x square is 1 and quotient of x is minus 2 and constant is minus 8, right? Now let's take sum of zeros, that is equal to minus of minus 2 divided by 1, that is equal to 2, which is exactly equal to the number we have gotten just now, right? And product of zeros can be written as constant divided by quotient of x square, that is minus 8 by 1, that is equal to minus 8. It is exactly equal to product of zeros we have obtained earlier, right? So now we can say that the relation between zeros and quotients given is verified, right? This is what we are asked to find or show. Let's take a look at another application problem. That says find the quadratic polynomial given sum of its zeros is 1 by 4 and product of zeros is minus 1. Let us assume that f of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c is the polynomial and sum of its zeros is 1 by 4 and product of zeros is minus 1. And we learned that sum of zeros can be written as negative of quotient of x divided by quotient of x square, and product of zeros can be written as constant divided by quotient of x square, right? So for f of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c, sum of zeros can be written as minus b by a and product of zeros can be written as c by a. Since sum of zeros is equal to minus 4, we say that minus b by a is equal to 1 by 4. It means that minus 4b equal to a. Product of zeros is equal to c by a, that is equal to minus 1. So this equation can be rewritten as c equal to minus a. Now, if I assume that a equal to 1, minus 4b becomes 1. So that b is equal to minus 1 by 4 and c becomes minus 1. So now we have values of a that is equal to 1, b that is minus 1 by 4 and c that is minus 1. Let's substitute these values into f of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c such that you can write f of x equal to 1x square minus 1 by 4 times x minus 1. This particular equation can be rearranged and be written as f of x equal to 4x square minus x minus 4. This is what we are asked to find. This is the quadratic polynomial that can give sum of its zeros equal to 1 by 4 and product of zeros equal to minus 1. You can verify that. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe to our channel ECBSC online classes on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Thank you.